Alright guys, and welcome back to another video. So a guy reached out having some questions about possibly wanting to be an entrepreneur, maybe start traveling. He just has questions on a lot of stuff that he hasn't begun yet, right? And the overall theme that I gave him that I think you guys can also find some value on is stop waiting to begin. When I look back in my life, because guys, I've done a lot, that's not to toot my own horn, but the results show. I started a lot of businesses. I traveled the world. I've done a lot of interesting things, and one of the common themes was I didn't wait to begin. Now look, were there times where maybe I overplanned and maybe I should have started sooner? Of course, right? We're human, that's life. And I always then told myself I wish I would have started sooner. One of them being quitting the corporate world and start traveling more, or start doing some more creative entrepreneurial things, right? But also the other main thing is you don't know what you don't know, and the biggest learning curve is when you actually take action, right? And that's where you start to learn, especially once you start getting some momentum, start getting some traction. That's when it starts to accelerate. Because look, whatever you begin or you're thinking of beginning, you can be an expert, in theory, right? But when you put it into practice, you don't know what you're doing. Just like when you're learning how to talk to girls, when you learn how to date, a lot of you guys will probably watch videos in which you can probably ace the test. You're expert in this and this and this, but when it comes to going up and saying hi to a girl, you're probably going to freeze up, right? like nothing's going to happen. So like I said, you have to put that theory into action. So look, there's even new things, guys, that I started this year, right? And at first it can be a little bit daunting. There's a lot of things you have to learn, and especially if you don't know you're going to be good at it or if it's going to fail, whatnot. But you just got to begin and take it day by day, learn, dive into it, and just take action, because that action is going to accelerate your learning. And then you might decide, okay, maybe if it's not for me, but at least you actually took a try at it. But guys, there's people, myself included, that you might have a plan for years, right? And you're just always kind of shelving it for a number of reasons. But if you're asking me, should I do this? Should I do that? How's it like? I can give you my experience, but your experience, your taste might be different, right? The point though is stop waiting, start taking action, find out. When you keep overthinking, if you keep over planning, guys, that actually stalls you a lot of the time. You think you're doing something, but you're really not. It's kind of like fake acting it, like you're faking it a little bit. Look, put a somewhat plan in place, right? Obviously don't just blindly do something. You can have somewhat of a plan and stuff, but then after that, just start taking action, because that's going to change. Your expectations, your goals, your timelines, whether for good or bad, they're going to change. And that's only going to happen once you start taking action. So that's the common theme, guys. It's been a big part of my life pretty much since, going to college, is anything I wanted to do, I started to take action to kind of experience it firsthand. And then I made the decision whether or not I wanted to keep at it. Alright guys, so hopefully that resonated, provided you guys with some kind of value. If it did, I would appreciate if you guys liked the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have a question, or if you want any feedback on a current situation that you may have, send me an email down below and I'll take a look. And once again, guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.